keep it 100 because it's time for Hub's Huddle Podcast. Listen to the man that talks sports from football to basketball 24/7, 365. He is known as the average Joe that knows more than average about sports.
What's up, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Hub.
What's up, everybody? It's Saturday night, November 2nd, 2019. You know what time it is, y'all. I'm here to talk these Week 9 NFL picks. But first and foremost, I'm watching this fight card on the Zone app. Canelo Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev. You know, the card is on. They're doing a bunch of talking. But that fight, you know, I'm taking Canelo tonight. I think he gets it done. I think the body punches, man, is what's going to, you know, get Canelo the victory tonight. But you know, it's a big fight. You know, of course, UFC is on tonight too. You know, with a Nate Diaz fighting for the BMF title. The BMF, the baddest mother, you know what, walking on the planet. That's the name of the title, man. That is some dope stuff, man. You know what, man? Yo, them dudes are gonna rumble tonight. I'm gonna try to check that out too, while I'm waiting on this Canelo Alvarez fight to start. But in the meantime, man, let's get into these picks, man, for Week 9. Last week, you know, your boy went 14-1, man. So, you know, it was the best week I had so far, you know, this season. That brings my season total up to 69, 30, 35-1 on the year. Man, that was a good week last night. Let's try to see if we can duplicate, you know, what we did last week. Maybe we can go undefeated this week. You know, these games this week's a couple big games, especially that Sunday night game with the Patriots and the Ravens. There's a lot of hype going on about that one. We're gonna talk about that one too. But kick it off, man. Thursday night, if you guys follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, I had picked the 49ers to win. I had them blowing out the Cardinals, but it was a man, look, it was a closer game than what we all expected. Nobody expected. It was a complete trap game for the 49ers. They ended up winning 28-25. That improves the 49ers to 8-0, still undefeated on the year. But you know, what was more surprising in that game was Jimmy G, man. You know, he 4 touchdown passes. You know, that was the most for a 49ers quarterback since 2012, man. It's been a long time for that. But just looking at these games this week, the teams that are on the bye this week is the Rams, the Saints, the Falcons, and the Bengals. But let's get into these games, man. We kicking off at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on NFL Network over in Wembley Stadium in London. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars. This seems like, man, that's like their second home. They'll be taking on the Houston Texans. Coming in, no J.J. Watt. Of course, he's out, you know, for the year, season-ending torn pec. You know, but I think they're going to be cool, man. They still got Deshaun Watson out there balling on that offense with that offense with DeAndre Hopkins. You know, they running the ball pretty good, too. But, you know, this Jacksonville team, of course, you know, you got Gardner Minshew, you know, running on Minshew power out there. You know, I'm quite sure, you know, they're coming back to London, and, you know, they got a lot of fans in London, man. So, you know, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a home game basically for the Jaguars. But in this game, I think it's gonna be close. But I like the Texans, man. I think their offense is you know, better than what the Jaguars are bringing defensively. You know, I see DeAndre Hopkins. You know, those guys getting it done. You know, especially with Deshaun Watson, man. Some of the passes that he threw last week, man, was just crazy. You know, we're at the point where we're debating, like, which one of these young cats is better, him or Patrick Mahomes. And, you know, to be complete honest, you know, I was, you know, supporting and rooting for, you know, Deshaun Watson since, you know, the rookie year, you know, that first game of the season when they played New England. And y'all know I'm a New England fan, man, but I enjoy watching that kid ball out against the Pats on week 1. And it was some of the throws that he was making. I was very, very, you know, like, in all of it, because I was like, wow, he's a rookie. And he's doing a lot of stuff you see like a lot of these vets do, man. But this dude's a baller, man. For this game against the Jaguars, man, I like the Texans, man. Give me a score 27-24. Next up, got Chicago Bears traveling Lincoln Financial to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, the Eagles, man, they came up big last week, man. They discovered a run game, and we going to see if they're going to stick to it or will they become pass happy. We know Deshaun Jackson is supposed to play tomorrow. He's supposed to come back. So we'll see if, they're going to stick with Jordan Howard in this run game, or, they're going to go towards, and start being pass happy again against the Chicago Bears defense. First and foremost, man, you're starting a rookie tackle going up against Khalil Mack. So you're going to have to give, this young kid some help. So I think running the rock is going to be very, very important for Philadelphia tomorrow. Taking that, on the flip side, Chicago, they got quarterback issues. And just looking at Mitchell Trubisky over the past couple of weeks since he's been back, he's been terrible. They got a lot of talent over there. You got Allen Robinson. You got, man, they got some talent, man. They just ain't getting it done offensively. Defensively, man, they're one of the best in the league. But if they're on the field continuously, man, that really burns them guys out, man. And one of the main things why I feel they need to run the ball tomorrow is that, you go against Khalil Mack's weakness, man. You don't want him coming after Carson all day, man. But as far as this game go, I think Philadelphia is the better team, and they're starting their home game stretch, one game away from the bye. And their next couple games are going to be at home too. Some tough matchups coming up with New England and Seattle, after this game right here. But I like Philadelphia, man. I like them 28-20 over the Bears. I just think, Philadelphia's defense is very suspect as well, especially in the secondary. They do have a good front pass rush, that's going to get after Mitchell Trubisky. But on the flip side, the Bears offense is just, it's terrible right now. Trubisky's not playing the best football. He's not looking nothing like he did like last year. He was out there, making plays. This year is just like, wow, what happened? But I'm taking Philadelphia, man, 28-20. Next up, we got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Heinz Field to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, listen, the Steelers, they was in some trouble on Monday night against the Dolphins, man. I was sitting there, man, I was tweeting out, man. I'm like, yo, is the Steelers going to lose to the Dolphins, man? That'd be crazy. They better not lose. Flip side, man, the Colts, man, these dudes are looking good, man. Jacoby Brissett, I can't say enough about the dude, man. He has been balling. He definitely has been balling. Week in, week out, this dude right here is bringing it. Member of the Wolf Pack, him, Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo. These dudes, man, listen. This Jacoby Brissett, man, he is the real deal. And, a lot of credit goes to Frank Wright as well. But Jacoby, man, he's balling. They are playing a tough Pittsburgh defense at home. So you gotta give them that. But, I look for like guys like, T.Y. Hilton, and Marlon Mack to get the thing going for these guys. Pittsburgh, dude, man, they have won 5 straight against Indy, but I think that's gonna come to an end, man. I just don't see it. I wasn't, trusting a lot of what Mason Rudolph was showing last week. A lot of mistakes. In this game, you give me the Colts. Give me a score of 24-17. Next up, we got the New York Jets traveling to Hard Rock Stadium, Miami, to take on the Dolphins. AFC East divisional matchup right here. This is a week, man, where the Dolphins, man, need to go ahead and just, not the Dolphins, but the Jets, to go ahead and get it together. Listen, Dolphins are struggling, and I think they're just tanking, but Sam Darnold's also struggling. So this is going to make it a good game. Goodness. Man, I kind of want to see Dolphins win a game, but I think the Jets, strength of their defense is going to get it done. And plus, Adam Gase is back. I'm quite sure he wants to serve it up to the Dolphins in his return since getting let go. In this game, give me the Jets, man. It's going to be a close game, man. Give me a 23-20 victory over the Dolphins. Next up, we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. This gonna be a good game. Even though there's no Patrick Mahomes, it's still gonna be a good game, man. I like this Vikings defense. I want to see how they match up against Tyreek Hill and company. Kansas City still don't have a run game, and they still can't stop the run. So what I'm seeing in this one is a lot of Dalvin Cook tomorrow. A lot of Dalvin Cook, man. You're going to see this cat. He's going to get at least like 25 touches tomorrow. And it is tough to play in Arrowhead. It's loud. But, if they if they go ahead and continue to run the ball and, take the pressure off of Kirk Cousins and he just pass it, as much as he has, only when he has to. I think this is going to be good. For the Vikings. I like the Vikings tomorrow. No Patrick Mahomes. I really don't think this will be a different score if Mahomes was playing. I still pick the Vikings. I just like their defense a lot. I trust their defense a lot more than I do with Kansas City's defense, and also the ability that the Vikings have to run the ball with Dalvin Cook over with the Chiefs. They haven't been running the ball effectively. You give me a score, it's going to be close, it's going to be tight. Because like I said, like the Chiefs still got weapons, even though they don't have, their quarterback, starting for them. But I like the Vikings tomorrow in a score of 27-24. Next up, got the Tennessee Titans traveling to Carolina to take on the Panthers. That's right here. Everybody heard the stuff about Cam Newton, man. I think he's going to another doctor to get a second opinion on his foot. Somehow it got worse. Don't know how that happened, but they still got the rookie, the kid still playing. They had a tough break last week against San Fran, man. They got the doors beat off of them. I think they're going to bounce back. They're playing at home. They got Tennessee coming in. Ryan Tannehill, yeah, he looked good the past couple weeks, but he also played, some of the worst defensive backs in the league. So he's going to get a nice test this week against that zone defense with Carolina, and we're going to see how if he's going to be any good or not. This game right here, I like the Panthers defense a lot. The Titans got a good defense as well, so it's going to be a good test for the quarterback over there for the Panthers. Man, this is a tough one, man. I think I'm a roll with the Panthers though. I think I like the Panthers. I just think them playing at home, them coming off a tough loss against San Fran in San Fran. They got embarrassed. I like the Panthers though, 24-21 over the Titans. Next up, the Buffalo Bills traveling to New Era Field. Oh, no, they're at home at New Era Field. I thought they was going to Washington. I'm sorry, y'all. The Redskins coming into New Era Field to take on the Buffalo Bills. Same thing here, man. I feel sorry for Adrian Peterson, man. I just wish that dude was on a contending team so he can try to compete for a championship, late in his career. And it still looked like, AP still got some juice left in the tank. And he's going to look across the field at another aging vet, Frank Gore, who just seems to defy in time as well. He's been getting it done so far this season as well, too, for Buffalo. Only thing about Buffalo is that their offense is just lacking. I don't know if, like their defense is good, their offense just not as good. And that was the main issue with them last week against Philly. When Philly put the beat down on them, it's like, okay, plus they found the weakness. We just gonna run the ball down your throat pretty much. Plus, with the wind and all that stuff kicking in, they had to do that. But this game right here, man, I think, Dwayne Haskins gonna get his first start. And it kind of like pushed me on the other side of this. And I was like, maybe the Redskins will rally around the kid. He gets some plays done. But it's going to be a rookie quarterback coming in and playing a good defense in Buffalo. I'm liking the Bills. I see some turnovers happening. You give me Buffalo score 27-13 over the Redskins. Now we move on to our 4 o'clock slate. We kick off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to CenturyLink to take on the Seattle Seahawks. You all know Seattle had put the claim in on Josh Gordon. I don't think he plays tomorrow. I think he was just arriving to Seattle, I believe, this morning. I was checking on Instagram. He was posting some stuff. But I think I hope that's a good situation for him. They were, the reports were that he wanted to come to a team with a good atmosphere, supportive atmosphere, but some of the things that was, breaking out of, New England, some of the rumors were that he was dependable, and they had to call around for him, like late the meetings and stuff like that. I just hope the dude is well. I hope he does well in Seattle. It'd be a good move for him, and out there Russell Wilson, and also him and DK Metcalf. Boy, that's gonna be like two unhuman beings out there. Jacked up dudes playing. That's crazy. But about this game, though, man, Tampa Bay, man, like a turnover machine with Jameis Winston, and I like how Byron Leftwich came out and said, Jameis is still the guy out there. That's good support for him, for like the young quarterback. But this game is gonna be close because Seattle don't have good, defensive backs, and I see Jameis, making some plays and also giving the ball away. But at the end of the day, man, Russ gonna be Russ, man, for Seattle. And they do have a good pass rush out there, Jadeveon Clowney and company. So I like the Seahawks, man. Give me a score of 33-24 over the Buccaneers. Next up, got the Detroit Lions going to Oakland Coliseum to take on the Oakland Raiders. Wow, you're gonna have the Raiders coming in, man. They have a terrible, defensive backs too. So I'm liking Matt Stafford against this Raiders defense, hands down. And I know they got, issues at running back with Kerryon Johnson out. And I did see the Lions, they did bring in Jay Ajayi for a workout. So I don't know if they're going to sign him or not. But just looking at this game, like I said, the Raiders, they do have some suspect corners. I see Matt Stafford taking advantage of that. Give me a score of 34-30 Lions over the Raiders. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers coming into Carson, California to take on the LA Chargers. This is a home game for the Packers. I'm telling you. I just don't like these LA teams, man. It's like, their fan bases, man, they're just not, they're not as, strong as everywhere else, man. Like, you're going to see a whole lot of Packers fans at this Chargers game. And that's going to be crazy. As far as this game go, I said two good offenses, man. Keenan Allen, Chargers. Phillip Rivers, I still don't trust that dude, man. He just, you know what, man? He gets close, but he never gets it done, pretty much. Aaron Rodgers is rolling right now. They got a run game. They got a defense. They're going to win. Point blank. Run game, defense, Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball, Devontae Adams come back tomorrow. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers gonna light them jokers up. And plus, majority of the crowd gonna be Green Bay fans, so they on vacation to watch their Packers win. Give me the Packers tomorrow. Give me 38-20 over the Chargers. Next up, the Cleveland Browns traveling to Mile High. Take on the Denver Broncos. Man, Joe Flacco done for the year. He on IR. Problems with his neck. They're starting. I don't know who this dude is. some dude at quarterback. Taking on Cleveland Browns, man, with a crazy pass rush. Man, this is a game. The quarterback for the Broncos is Brandon Allen. So, he hasn't thrown a pass in 4 seasons. So, but take it for what it's worth. Take some water. Sorry, guys. I had that water. Sorry, guys. I hit that water real quick. You got the Cleveland Browns, like I said, man, good defense. And they're healthy. Offensively, Baker, man. I think he's a little annoyed, so I think he's gonna have a good game this week. I heard him talking to the media the other day. I think this is the perfect game. I mean, I know, and I feel sorry for Von Miller, man. He's like him and Chris Harris, man. They're like on a sinking ship. These dudes need to be out of there as soon as possible. John Elway, I don't know what he's doing with that franchise. It's like going straight downhill ever since they won the Super Bowl. But John Elway's like a Denver god, so I don't see him getting the boot out of Denver. But just think about this game tomorrow, man. I like the Browns. I think the Browns put a little punishing on them a little bit. It might get a little ugly, man, but I'm looking at it as 28-17 Browns over the Broncos. I think they get on track, and with this second half of the schedule for the Browns is pretty weak. So this is where it's gonna play into them possibly getting into the playoffs, because Baltimore's over here. They got to play Baltimore again. They already beat Baltimore before. Baltimore got New England on Sunday night, and what's going to happen there. And with the weakness of the Browns schedule that they have remaining, like, this can get real interesting in the North. It can come down to the Browns and the Ravens on who gets in, and on who was winning division and gets in and who doesn't. So just look out for that. Just look out for the Browns in the next couple of weeks. Tomorrow's gonna be a big game. They got to turn it around. Next up, got our Sunday night football matchup, man. New England Patriots traveling to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Man, the rivalry continues, man. Wow. The rivalry continues, man. Oh, boy. Man, the Ravens. Man, you think about the Ravens and the Patriots, man. You think about Ray Lewis, going up against Tom Brady, and Ray Lewis talking about, Brady's playing chess. It's a chess match. You play against Brady. You think about the stuff with Suggs, and you think about the Ed Reed. Man, that right there is the rivalry, man. And now it's these new cats, man. You got Lamar Jackson, man, phenomenal quarterback, gets it done with his legs and his arm. This Baltimore team is tough, man. They're gonna be tough, for New England. For New England, on that side, that defense is crazy, man. Very crazy. My only concern about New England is, are they going to get the offense rolling? Can they get the offense rolling? That's going to be the big key for tomorrow night's game. Not so much on the defense, because the defense is going to show up. And just knowing, Belichick, and what the rumor is now that his son is the one that's calling the plays, Steve. Just thinking about it, man, like, he always take away what you do best and basically have you come into the fight one arm. So if you look at it, man, it's going to be a good game, a very good game. I think, though, that like, a lot of people are picking the Ravens. It's like, wow, like, like, people picking the Ravens to get it done, like, because they look at the schedule and they look at New England ain't beat nobody. New England ain't played nobody. But I always tell people, man, I go back and forth, man. It's not even me just being a fan of the team. It's just me just being like a realistic. I'm like, if you look at who these guys are beating, right? We're looking at how they're beating them compared to how everybody else is beating them. So you look at the only close game they had was against Buffalo. And they know each other very well. And the only team that really handed it to Buffalo was Philadelphia. Ran down their throat pretty much all day. And that was just this past week. But you look at, all the other teams they played, like the Jets, and look at who the Jets played, and look at, where they dominated in all the games that they lost. The Dolphins dominated every game that they lost outside of, playing Baltimore in week 1. The Redskins, same thing, where they dominated in all the games that they played. That's what I tell people. I say, you could say, okay, they haven't played, the best teams out there. But, in the schedule, you only can play who you can play. But you got to look at, okay, how are they beating these teams? Defense getting takeaways and everything. The offense has been the sole question mark throughout this whole thing. The offense ain't been, ripping and running wild since week 2 when they beat Miami. So, this is a good opportunity for this offense. You got another week with Mohamed Sanu in that offense. You got N'Keal Harry coming back tomorrow off IR, the rookie wide receiver. Going against this Baltimore defense. Marcus Peters and Earl Thomas. Sorry, I keep drinking this water. Like, my throat's getting all caught up. Tough game to pick, man. Very tough game to pick. I'm gonna roll with the Patriots, though. I think the defense do get a couple of takeaways. Give me a score, man. It's gonna be 33-24. I think they come away with the victory. 33-24. They beat them by 9. I give them a 9-point victory. They're gonna beat them by 9. I see them, taking away one or the other with Lamar Jackson. He only gonna be effective one way. I don't see them letting him get loose through that whole defense. I think they're gonna have something in place where you're gonna say, "Oh wow, they actually, put the clamps on this kid." And that's nothing. That's not taking nothing away from Lamar, like I said, and that's nothing but just respect for Lamar that they're going to show him tomorrow night with what they're going to show. I think it's going to be a big defensive game, but also that offense has to get rolling in New England, because the key is that you got to have long. You have to have long drives, because Baltimore loves to run the ball. Either Jackson with his leg, giving it to Mark Ingram. These dudes like to run the ball. So you have long drives and you putting up points, you're going to force these dudes to stop the run and try to pass it. So that's the key for tomorrow. That's what I'm giving them a score, 33-24. Next up, last game of the week, Monday Night Football. You got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. AFC East matchup. Can the Cowboys go 4-0 in the division already? In their second meeting against the Giants. Now, seems like Zeke's starting to get it going. We'll see what Van Der Esch is looking like. Is he coming? He should be playing. I don't think it was that serious when he got hurt a couple weeks ago when they played Philadelphia. DeMarcus Lawrence, they added in Michael Bennett, so he should be out there this Sunday as well. Going against this Giants team, we've gotten back Sterling Moore. Saquon's there. Danny Dimes. You know what? I think the Cowboys need to make a statement Monday night and let it be known to not only their division, but also the conference that they're they're here. I like the Cowboys, man. I like them, 28-17 on Monday night in New York. I think they're going to hand it to the Giants. I think, they're going to get it going. Run game, pass game, defensively. Like I said, the Giants, Saquon's a monster. I'm going to enjoy watching this game on Monday night. Zeke versus Saquon. I just want to see it, because you see Saquon last week putting the grown man moves on some of the Lions defenders was crazy. But that's it for my picks for this week, y'all. I'm going to go over it. I got Cowboys over Giants. I got Patriots over Ravens. I got Browns over Broncos. I got Packers over Chargers. Lions over Raiders. Seahawks over Buccaneers. Bills over Redskins. Panthers over Titans. Vikings over Chiefs, Jets over Dolphins, Colts over Steelers, Eagles over Bears, and Texans over Jaguars. That is our 9:30 game Eastern time tomorrow morning. So that's it for me tonight, guys. I think they're going to get started on this fight, so I'm going to catch this fight and chill out. So until next time, man, y'all be safe, man. Continue to listen to this podcast. Continue to share this podcast. I was checking my stats, man. It looked like I was booming on Friday, man. So thank you, guys. Shout outs to people out there in Michigan. You know, there's a lot of people listening to my show in Michigan, man. I appreciate you. You know, welcome aboard. Continue to share this, man. Tell a friend, you know, man, somebody like, you know, sports, man. Put them on to this podcast, man. I appreciate it. This is for the people. That's what I do it for. So if you're on Instagram, man, follow me at Hubs Huddle. Twitter, same handle, Hubs Huddle. Facebook, also like the page at Hubs Huddle. Make sure you like the page. Follow me, man. Say something to me, man. Tell me what's up. Something, you know. We can talk. So until next time, man. It's your boy Hub, and y'all have a blessed night. Don't forget to set them clocks back an hour as we hit daylight saving times. So till then, man, enjoy these games tomorrow. Enjoy this fight tonight if you're watching. Until the next time, man, it's your boy Hub, and I tell you like this, man. Peace out.